everyone and welcome to the Curtains video vlog. We are Friday, April 29th, 2016. It's actually Saturday morning. It's like almost 8 a.m. Now don't worry, I've already slept in my clothes in the middle of my dinner. Yeah, that sure happened. What can I say really? There was this trip to Andorra. Uh, we woke up approximately an hour after we were supposed to leave, not to wake up, to leave. So we left with two something hours after we were supposed to originally leave. We were fucking crammed in the back of the car with my sister and her boyfriend, who wasn't supposed to come, which is why we took the liberty of taking the smaller car. Our grandmother's car, which was a bad idea, even though we had known that he would come approximately after making 5 kilometers. It was honestly way more than way more than manageable to go back to home and take a larger car, because makes sense, doesn't it? But now. And the only reason why I didn't lose my left arm, was because we switched at one point because there was a caterpillar in the car, and a bit of a freak out. I mean, I was like watching it like, how the fuck did he get in? Oh yeah. So just threw it out, and we did the switcheroo. Yeah, and then we arrived in Andorra. It was cold. I screwed up a bit with the traffic cameras, but when you think about it, you shouldn't be able to look at what's going on with those cameras. Turn them and whatnot from a computer, a personal computer, without some kind of identification. And even then, identification, sometimes it's the password and the login are in the URL of the image, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm pretty sure that you could plan a heist by doing that, and because nobody is watching this website, nobody would see the problem. So yeah, and then we came back, learned on the way down that my internship is only going to last for 5 months, despite that I won't have any kind of penalties because someone else has an internship that doesn't last for 6 months. Except they have an internship that lasts for 2 more weeks than mine. So their internship would be much more complete than mine. Even though the fact that my internship, I'm not even sure that it's going to be the right kind of internship. Oh, how the fuck would I know? But yeah. So the younger dog has come back. Hasn't been home for like 2 months, and I mean, I'm not meaning that as he ran away, because obviously I wouldn't be talking so casually about that. No, it's he was with my sister at her apartment because she moved out, and since she's her master, well, he went with her. I mean, technically the other dog is also her dog, but he's almost 5 years old, and he's been living home at this place for like the past 4.5 years. So it would be pretty strange to make him move. On the other hand, the other dog, he's like, I don't think he's even 1 year old, and he's been living there for the past 10 months. So yeah, He's asking to come back in. Let's open the door. I had forgotten just how energetic he was. So coming back from Andorra, I slept a lot at home. Like I slept during the afternoon, I slept during the night. I slept during my meal for 3 hours, which is admittedly something pretty bad. So, yeah. After that, I went to take a shower, which was, like an exercise, an exercising in stealth. Because my dad is still sleeping right now, and I don't want him to wake up because of either the shower of this, or wake up while I'm eating rice at 7 in the morning. Yeah, so I mean, all of those pretty much worked. So I guess I'm pretty much set to go back to sleep this time in my bed. Hey dog, come here. Doesn't want to come here. Maybe he doesn't even understand English. What the fuck? Oh boy, oh shit. So, in Europe there's a news channel, and they have this little segment called No Comment where they broadcast videos without something that could pretty much hinder your understanding of what's going on, i.e. the comments, the voiceover, and we're seeing CCTV footage of China where reckless driving is a thing, and once again someone on their little bike, motorbike, survived getting run over by a drifting truck. So yeah, one last thing before we head off to sleep back again. So I wanted to talk about it last week, but since we're on the weekend and weekend is football, and Marseille is going to lose, probably going to lose against Angers, because 5 players out of the starting 11 are injured or can't play because they took a red card that wasn't uncalled for, but was a bit harsh because of the other player being kind of a cunt. He was like, it hurts, it hurts, fucking asshole. But still, shouldn't have hit him in the back of the knee. That's in poor taste. Yeah. Some supporters of Lyon took offense to the coach of Toulouse, saying that the coach of Lyon was making fun of them, not them, the supporters of Lyon, them, the supporters of Toulouse, and the team of Toulouse, and the coach of Toulouse's football team, football club even, because he said, the coach of Lyon said, we're not favorites against Toulouse, and when you're second in the table of the French league, still fighting for the qualifying spots in the Champions League, you're set to be the favorite against a team like Toulouse, who's fighting not to be relegated and is currently 19th out of 20. But no. So the explanation is history. For the last 10 years, apparently Lyon hasn't been able to do great stuff against Toulouse, to the point that Toulouse is apparently one of the teams Lyon actually fear the most in the when it's time to face them, which is pretty dumb. But I mean, I shouldn't talk because Toulouse eliminated Marseille in the League Cup and could have won in the league. So yeah. Also, one of our best strikers of the last couple years came from. Well, I mean, he comes from Martigues, which is a little town next to Marseille, but he played for Toulouse before coming to Marseille. So yeah, I mean, history is pretty dumb when you take in case in case of that kind of matches, when you take into account the context of Lyon being, well, the second best team in France, apparently, and Toulouse being one of the worst. It's pretty dumb to say, yeah, we're not the favorites, because it's as dumb as saying Ibrahimovic hasn't scored since arriving to Paris. Ibrahimovic hasn't scored one single time against the clubs of Ajaccio. So therefore, next week he shouldn't be able to score against Gazélec. But let's take into account that when he first arrived in France, the club of Ajaccio was the Athletic Club of Ajaccio, with Memo Ochoa as the goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers of the 2014 World Cup. So there are some things that you just cannot forget. Also, he didn't play, I think, against Gazélec, and didn't play a couple of matches against Ajaccio, against Athletic Club, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's pretty dumb. To be fair though, Lyon struggled a lot against Toulouse, and that's not because of history. That's because their whole right wing was, being taken apart by Toulouse's left wing. And when at the 67th, 68th minute, the Lyon's coach decided to sub out some of the players on this wing, well, it was the start of the beginning of the end for Toulouse. Like, Toulouse won 3-2, and the 3 goals by Lyon arrived in the last 20 minutes. So you can see that history doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is the way players play, which is pretty much what you should understand. Also, I've seen the goal of Villarreal against Liverpool, one of the goals of Villarreal against Liverpool, in the construction exactly the same as Marseille's attack, against Nantes, except that the player did not do like Michy did to Thauvin and passed the ball to the player that was free. It's not rocket science. So anyway, I'm running out of story space, so thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Oh, also tomorrow, no, it will be Sunday. It will be earlier than usual, because I have to leave for my friend's house. We're going to watch Payback together.